Evolution. I say welcome you back, and I say that on purpose, is because we have been gone for a brief moment. We have not broadcasted a clip. The last clip at the ending, I said that we would talk about balance. Now, balance, I understand balance. I understand the fact that for there to be light, there must be darkness. For there to be a negative, there must be a positive. For there to be happiness, there must be sadness. I understand these concepts. I live these concepts. I know the universe is constantly seeking what we call balance. If you don't believe me, the fact that the earth rotates around the sun, and we have days, and we have years, and we have seasons, kind of shows the fact that we don't go floating off into the atmosphere because of gravity shows and proves that the universe works on a principle of balance. However, here at Protocol Evolution, we want to bring it down to a more humanistic level. We want to talk about how balance affects us as human beings. And then, as I thought about it, and this is what took me a lot of time, because in my mind I'm thinking, I'm like, okay, how do I make this simple to digest? How do I not make this so complicated? I came to realize, well, the mechanism for balance on a humanistic plane or the human level is karma. Favorite concept ever. I love karma. I believe that karma is, I love karma. Some of you that know my Facebook page is actually Karma Red. So yes, I mean, and I think that I'm an authority on karma. I think that I understand karma. However, for years I did not. And I'm going to be honest with you, I did not understand the purpose of karma. I, like many other people, thought that karma was a tool of revenge or retribution, or to right the wrongs done to you by other people. That is not karma's job. The universe, even though we all fit in and play a part in the universal machinery, the universe is really not that selfish. It really does not say, okay, I'm gonna just concentrate on you. The universe, again, balance, thinks about the big picture. So what about this whole karma thing? Well, karma, I mean, karma, the golden rule: treat others as you wish to be treated, respect others as you wish to be respected, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. These are basic concepts in most 99.9% of all the religious texts on this planet. All the faiths actually have a basic viewpoint on the golden rule, which is, simply said, treat others as you expect to be treated. But I think a lot of us have taken that, especially on relationship levels, have taken that to mean that, okay, you did me wrong, the universe is going to fix itself, and you're going to be paid back. Double, triple, 10 times. And I believe that. I used to believe that. And that's really not the way it works. The simplest way to put it is the universe finds balance. When people are going to do you wrong, it goes back to that whole understanding of balance as far as even emotions. To understand happiness, you must understand sadness. You can't understand one without understanding the other. To understand your role, and I always seem to bring this back to a relationship level, and I know there's people out there that's watching these clips and thinking that it is directed to them, or it is based on people that have come into my life through the years. It's really not based on that. It's based more on the fact of relationships are kind of, and I hate to use this word again, kind of the fuel to our lives. We constantly seek out, build, repair, disengage from relationships throughout our experience on this planet. This is just what we do. This is the course of our life. We try to, we're social creatures, okay? As being sentient beings, we constantly reach out to others, and we give them different levels in our life as far as relationships are concerned. And when those relationships go sideways, or when we become hurt by those relationships, we oftentimes want payback. We want the big payback. We want retribution. We want that person to pay for hurting us. Because again, that trust, opening ourselves up, letting these people peer into us, and then they turn around and hurt us. And I used to think that. I used to, walk away from people, that I thought that did me wrong, and the last thing I would say to them would be like, you know what, the universe always fixes itself. And I think I was looking at karma, and this was in my young years, I think I was looking at karma as a tool, as a weapon. Now that I'm older, now that I understand these concepts, now that I'm beginning to evolve, I understand that is not the purpose of karma. Karma, the purpose more or less of karma is, okay, let's say you're in a relationship, you're spending time with this person, you're transferring energy, you're learning new things. You're actually learning ideas and thought patterns from another person, because if it's a romantic relationship, 9 times out of 10, you don't know how this person was raised, you don't know their mindset, you don't know, you do come to understand it at a later time, but the things that make them tick is a new experience for you. But again, with all things, there's a beginning, there has to be an end. And sometimes those ends are not the ends that we expected. Again, balance, beginning, end. Okay, concepts you have to understand. So the relationship goes sideways. Now you're upset, or that person's upset, and you want retribution. You want that person to pay. Karma's job is not to make things right as far as your relationship, your happiness based on a relationship. However, karma will find balance, because have you ever thought that maybe you learned something from that person, whether it's something, a new skill or a new talent or a new way of thinking of things, or maybe that person released in you a new way or new ideas or new ways of thinking of things? That's where the balance comes in, because as you look at your life, the people that have come and gone in your life, 99.9% of the time you have learned something about yourself, or you have learned a skill, or you have learned a talent. And that is how the universe... Now, once you let go of seeking revenge, once you let go of seeking retribution, once you let go of looking for that big payback, you might start to realize that, hey, wait a second, I actually did walk away with something. Okay, see, that's the balance. That person that you felt at the time, sometimes the universe just places people in our path to balance itself out. Okay, again, you have to, we do say at Protocol Evolution that this is for self. The whole idea is to make you a better sentient being, so therefore we can do the trickle-down effect, and you can pass these thoughts, ideas, and positive energy on to the next person. However, you cannot think that the universe is just putting everything else on hold to focus on you, okay? It puts what you need there. So sometimes you have to, and like I said in the last clip, you gotta suck it up and actually say, you know what did I gain from this experience? See, that's the balance. I'm unhappy right now. Things didn't work out the way that I expected, or that I scripted out, which is such a bad thing. And I'm going to share here, some people, like I said, some people actually think that these clips are direct. They're not. I'm sure that there's a few people out there that's watching saying, oh no, he's talking about me. No, I'm not. I'm talking about life in general, okay? We've all been in relationships, let's just put it that way. We've all been in relationships where people think that there is a certain plan or a certain path that needs to be followed. Part of the magic of being in a relationship is learning from each other and experiencing each other anew. It's not really about a script. It's not about a play. Life isn't a play. A play is just that. It's a play. It's not really real. It's a set of events that have been crafted out, written, and set down. Your life is not locked into a destiny loop. Okay? It's really not. Your life changes with every choice that you make. Again, this is balance. When you make a choice, the universe is forced to shift things around to ensure that everything stays balanced. And like I said, in sharing this personal experience, I used to have a person in my life years ago. I have no malice towards them, but one of the things that I think made me upset or made me feel a certain way was they constantly said, well, I said this, you should have said that. No, that's not the way life works. I said what I felt at the time, okay? Because that's what I felt at the moment. And you know, sometimes it would get to the point where I was like, you know what, since you have this pre-written script of my actions to your reactions or your reactions to my actions, why don't you share the play with me? So that way we have no issues. And again, every choice that you make, the universe is forced to shift, rebalance itself, okay? There is no, a lot of religions say that everything has been predestined. No, it's not. When you think about it, every choice that you make opens up a new pathway. There's no way that this can be said. Life itself can be scripted out. And not to lose track, because I do digress and drift at times, but not to lose track, that's where karma comes into play. Karma is make the right choices, and therefore we will keep on shifting the lanes so that you will be in the lane that you need to be in to gather positive returns. That is the balance. And the balance on the flip side of that is, if you keep on making negative choices, if you keep on making choices that are based on negative feelings and emotions, I will ensure that you stay in the lane that is going to bring you negative returns. It's kind of simple. I didn't think I was going to be able to get through this, but yes, this is the way that the universe is not a game waiting to protect you from all of the negative people out there, from the people that have bad will or malice towards you. That is not, what the universe does, what karma does is, it takes those people and it gives them, since they've made those choices, it puts them in those lanes. It will put you either in a positive lane or a negative lane. You have to make the choice. But remember, to understand positive, you must understand negative, and vice versa. Somewhat complicated, but somewhat simple. Now, for me, instead of backtracking, going over negative implications in my life or negative effects in my life, that's why I avoid lying. I avoid purposely trying to hurt other people. I avoid being a bad person in general, because I understand I want to treat others as I expect to be treated. Back to the golden rule. And now I'm kind of upset that I took so long to make this clip a reality, because it really is simple. We're always going to have the bad people who, by their very nature, just want to hurt us, because to them it gives them validation. See, they have no substance. See, negativity really doesn't have substance. It really doesn't. It is a quick fix. It makes the person feel good for a minute. However, since they put themselves in that lane, they will until they change their thought pattern into a more positive thought pattern, they will keep on hitting negative toll booths. Negativity, your ticket, you know when you're in the throughway and you get that ticket at the beginning of entering the throughway, and then when you get off your exit, you get it punched and it tells you what you owe. That in itself is karma. Because as you drive down that highway, as you drive down that throughway and you constantly make negative choices, you will have to pay the toll. Does it get any more simpler than that? I think I want to talk more about karma, and I want to talk more about balance. And as we come to the close of the year, I want to actually speak about another subject that is just as important to our evolution. But you know what? I've dragged on quite enough of this. I guess coming back, I had a lot to say, and I'm glad that I can share it with you. This is L. Robinson, of course, ProtocolEvolution.com. I want to thank you for stopping in, and Love you guys.
We're all here to do what we're all here to do.